Yes, welcome back once again to the Retro Bear channel. This is the Retro Bear in the gaming pantry. David's here, and all your favourite characters are here. The Hulkster's here, Basil's here, and Retro Bear is here in the corner as well. Welcome to another pickups video. Not so long after the last one, and there might be the last one for a while. We don't know yet. I always say that every week because you're never quite sure how these things are going to go. You will find out more during the context of this video. If you are here for the first time, thank you very much indeed for tuning in. Hope you like what you see. Don't forget to stick around and check out the other videos on the channel if you are here returning customer. No special offers for you this week, but thank you very much indeed for your continued support. Let us address the game in the room as we always do first thing up. And this is Echo the Dolphin running on the Mega Drive off my Xbox emulator because yes, I still haven't put it away yet. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I just can't be bothered. But it's getting a lot of use at the moment, which is quite good. So that's called good. It's a gloriously sunny day outside. I can see we're using natural light once again in the gaming pantry about the third week in a row. We've done a pickups video without needing to close the curtains and turn the spotlights on, which is great. And there's barely a cloud in the sky, which is fantastic. Hopefully the weather will stay nice for the foreseeable future. It'd be great because we've had no summer yet so far here in the UK. How is that physically possible, I hear you ask? I don't know. It's been one of those things. We just had a couple of warm days in March and April, and then nothing through May until we now reach the 30th of May, which is today. Is it the 30th? Yes, it's the 30th of May today. And then we've got June next week, and then we're nearly halfway through the year. Can you believe it? We thought 2020 was terrible. 2021 is turning out to be equally as awful in some different ways than to others. How is that possible? Anyway. Right, so what we've got here for you this week? Well, it's a quick pickups video. Quick pickups video, yes. You may have noticed my videos are getting shorter, which is great because they used to be long into the night and people used to sort of put them on and fall asleep. It used to have the same sort of effect as the videos you can get on YouTube about sort of like thunderstorms and you know, sort of tropical storms which help people sleep. They just put my videos on and it used to work a treat. I put my videos on and it worked a treat for me, so you know, mind I can fall asleep like that, so sometimes. So what I've got this week, well, yeah, went out round a couple of local town centres next to me in the continual hope that I'll actually find something outside of an independent retailer or a cash generator converter or a CEX. Nope. Still swinging and missing like nobody's business. I think it's because everybody else has got dibs on this stuff. It's been fairly obvious since lockdown. Since lockdown has finished, you know, the continuing impression of my finds in charity shops and shops which, you know, aren't there to make a profit has basically been, you can just describe it like that really. Complete waste of bloody time. Which is fine because I've been putting all my money into independent retailers, but as I said before, independent retailers tend to charge you a fair price. There's no bargains to be had. So no bargain to be had. Where does the Retro Bear sit in that? Because as everybody knows, I used to, you know, sort of ply my trade on this sort of thing. But I will continue to do things like this because I do enjoy it. I probably won't do it every week because we've dropped about 70 quid this week, which is an awful lot for me. Most people go probably, you know, that joke's old hat now. Even I don't make that joke anymore now about the fact I drop a lot of money. I drop more money now because because I have to. Otherwise, I just wouldn't bother collecting anymore. It's getting an expensive hobby now. This is. Luckily, I'm more in a position now than I was 5-6 years ago to do something like this. But I'm not going to be doing it every week. Just can't. I'm not throwing around that sort of money. It's ridiculous. For something that's probably going to sit on the shelf. Anyway, let's stop being too negative and let's focus on the positives. Some good stuff. Yes. So I've got the town centres. Absolutely nothing. So this is coming out of cash converters off a market stall of all things. But he's an independent trader, so technically he's you know, and an independent game shop. But yeah, charity shops, absolute nothing again. I don't know where, you know. Either so people have got dibs on this stock, they're going in there and they've bought, you know, got first reviews on it already, or people are just walking in and everybody's doing exactly the same thing, which everybody else seems to be doing. Is, have you got any stuff out the back? When I say that to people, they think I'm making some sort of, you know, forward conversation. Have you anything out the back, madam? Pardon? No, so I don't do that. Because everyone else has been there before. The times I've done it, and I have done it recently, people said, oh no, we've got 2 or 3 people who do that already, they've gone. Oh, okay, lovely, thank you very much indeed. When is a free trade? When does a free trade market come something like this? Hey, David? No, I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, the way that those eyes follow you around the room, by the way, is very unnerving. But yeah, it's yeah, everybody's at it, and if you're sort of like, you know, 35th in the queue, you're going to be further down the list anyway. And if that's what people do, fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not criticising people for doing that. I know it's been going on for a long time, but at the moment it's sort of like, you know, critical. These charity shops and things in terms of the game stock aren't, you know, sort of critical support. I mean, some of us haven't got any at all, full stop, which is, it is. And I struggle to believe that, because they, you know, that they've either got too many donations or they haven't got enough donations. So somebody's got them anyway. Let's move on from that. Let's focus on what we got, because that's always fun. So this came out of Cash Converters, couple of games here. I'll show you. Wii U. Yeah. Wrote about 25, nearly 30 Wii U games out, which is quite good. Had one a couple of weeks ago. Same Cash Converters, ironically. Got Rayman Legends for $1.99. And I picked up FIFA 13 for the princely sum of 99p, because it's a FIFA game. I think this was the only FIFA game that came out on the Wii U, and it's 99p. So I think it's £3 or £4 in CEX. What have we got in here? A little FIFA 13 manual. Good to see that the Nintendo Club points haven't been scratched off, which you probably can't see because the sunlight. There you go. Just about to see it there, that grey patch. Can't quite see because the sunlight is on it. It's not brilliant, this. I'm going to have to sort of be quick, because I can just see the sun starting to move around a little bit. About an hour's time I should be in sort of darkness, but there we go. So you're joining the club, FIFA 13. So for £1, for 99p actually, nice little find, that one. I do find those Wii U games occasionally. So same shop a couple of weeks ago, Rayman Legends, nothing wrong with it, $1.99. Can't understand it, it's about a £6 game usually. And then this one, which Big Game Al tried to get me to buy when he came down here a couple of weeks ago. He said, well, we're in CX. I said, haven't you bought that yet? I said, no. So there was enough copies of it. I said, I know there's enough copies of it. I said, well, I'm not paying that for it. It goes to show, if you hang around for a little bit longer, you actually get the price knocked down a little bit. And this is an interesting story to this game. From our old friends at Data Design Interactive, which means this is going to be a terrible game. This is my personal golf trainer, with IMG Academies and featuring David Ledbetter. Now, this game is an interesting story. When I first started collecting for the Wii, years and years ago, this game was sort of like quite highly sought after, not because it was a good game, but because it was a fairly limited run. There were very few copies known in the world. It came out quite late-ish in the Wii's life. And I've seen copies of this being listed on Amazon and eBay for about, you know, anything between sort of 1,700 and 130 quid. And CX at some point last year got flooded with these. Loads of them came into stock. Because three of my local CXs were just actually loaded up this game. And they were knocking them out at nearly 50 quid each. And over time, I've seen that stock come down from 50 quid to its current level, which I think is £4. And they still got loads of them. In fact, my one CX in Dudley, which if you've ever been to Dudley, it's an interesting experience. But more so, if you go to Dudley, they've actually moved all the Wii games to the far side at the back, because they've got no Xbox 360 games in, so they make more space on the floor. They've had to take the Wii stuff off the floor shelves, I don't know what they call them, display, and move them to the back of the shop and give them their own wall, which they've never had before in there, because obviously they sort of stick them in the middle out of the way where people can't find them. And they've probably got about 15, 16 copies of this at £4 each. And you know, about 200 yards down the road, Cash Converters sell them for $2.99. Well, they are selling them for $2.99. They've also still got another copy in a display cabinet at $14.99. I don't know. So this was $2.99 from Cash Converters. But yeah, at one point this was a very, very difficult game to pick up. And as you can see, it's pretty much immaculate on the inside. So there you go, I'll just pay to hold on for a little bit longer and find it for £1 less. But yeah, my advice probably would be pick it up around about now, because I'm not sure whether that's going to go back up in price. I'm not sure whether it's going to stay where it is. I have absolutely no idea. But at one point that game was going for a considerable amount of money. And that's it. So that was my finds from Cash Converters. I walked around Dudley, nothing else in there at all. Went to see the bloke on the market. He pops in every now and again. He has some good stuff. Has some great stuff up over there over the years. And he got some Wii games in, which was fantastic. And he's got some heavy hitters in there. A couple of them I'd already got, which I picked up fairly recent. Some I got quite a long time ago. But he got this one, and I thought, I'll just have a quick look and see what CEX sell it for. And CEX sell it for 22, I think it is. They'll give you 8. And he was actually in the middle. So, you know, it's like, well, I'll buy it off you for £8, but I'm going to go and sell it for 22 if you CEX. He's probably done it slightly differently. So I'll buy it off you for 8 and I'll sell it somewhere in the middle because I know I'll sell it for less than CEX, and he has done. He sold it to me for the sum of £15. Rune Factory Frontier, I hope I pronounced that right, which is part of the Animal Crossing family. That's exactly what it says in the front there. That's just part of the Animal Crossing Fall Harvest Moon. I knew it was that. Jeez, I actually said it's Harvest Moon. I bought it Harvest Moon, not Animal Crossing. Yes, you can tell there's no animals on it apart from that whale there, which is made of stones and grass. But yeah, am I particularly interested in picking this game up? No, but I had money left over. I'd just always carry 20 quid around with me when I'm doing my game shopping as a budget. And I only spent £3.98, and I thought I've got 15 quid here. So some marking and some scruff on the back of the box there, which would be cleaned off. But again, not my sort of game I would buy. But because it's a big hitter, it sells for a bit more, and I was getting it for less than the retail price standard at the moment. I thought, well, why not? Because it's nice to do that. If you can pick up one of those every week or so, then I'll be happy with that. Just sort of chalks another one off the list. But yeah, just sort of pick a few Wii games up a bit lately. Maybe, I don't know. So that was that. So that was £18.98 in Dudley. Top shop. Then went down to my local town centre, which was absolutely nothing in there once again. So I thought, well, I'll take myself up to Vintage Gamer and see what they got in there. I said before, I can't remember whether I've seen half the stuff they got in there before or not. I know a lot of this stuff I've got this week was there before previously, but I think I was a bit more clued in. Sometimes I go in, I just look, and they always ask me anything I can help you with, anything you're looking for, and no, I'll just have a look round, I think. And I think that's probably the worst thing I can do, because I always end up focusing on the same things each time. Although I did find a box of discs, 3.5-inch floppy discs out the back, which had got some ST and Amiga games in, but the problem is they were so random, and some of the discs were missing from. There's probably about maybe 4 or 5 complete games in there, and it wasn't worth just grabbing the whole lot. There was stuff in there for the A600 which I haven't got. There was sort of like discs 1 and 3 of a 3-part game. There was some stuff I got there already. So it was like a little sort of disc box. I thought, oh, if that got all those complete, and like 10 complete games in there, I might have had it, but not. So I ended up buying all this stuff instead. I've got a Mega Drive game first of all, and it's a bit of a historical game for me, this one, because my mate had this on import originally. Yeah, back in the early 90s, a mate of mine had a Japanese game. He lent it to me. He said, "Oh, you'll need this and this," and we had so tremendous fun playing this game. Mate, nothing special. It's just one of those games that we sort of really enjoyed. And this is Talmit's Adventure, although it was known as Marvel Land on import. It's a platformer, and it does come complete with manual, which is lovely to find, and the hanger's intact as well. So actually, not a bad little game. And I've only got this because it's something that I remember playing. I can't remember how far I got with it years and years ago, but it's just one of those which sort of holds a nice sort of memory. And actually, I've got to be fair. It is a belting condition. It really is. Really good copy that is. I've got a couple of these. Pac Mania one I've got a few months back, which is really nice as well. So getting pace to sort of have a look round and do a bit of rummaging. And they've only got 2 copies in there. The other copy hadn't got a manual to hang tab, so that was good. I thought there's only 1 copy in there. Rest of the stuff is Master System, because as you know, I've been collecting it. So much so that the Master System stuff which is up there is going to have to be a bit of a reorganised now, because I've got stuff I've realised I haven't put out on the shelves yet, and I've got no room for anything else. So I've got to sort of reorganise that a little bit better. But the great thing about that is I'm beginning now to sort of process a little bit with the old Master System collection. But as I said to you last week, I think it was a lot of games in this collection. I'm probably about, I don't know, somewhere between 20 and 25%. Will I ever get there? I doubt it. But it's fun picking up some games for it, and some not picking up games for it. But it's fun picking up games for it that I haven't got, and it's fun finding copies I can upgrade with. It's not cheap. I thought it'd be, yeah. And to be honest with you, like everything else, Master System prices are up and down at the moment, but I think they're on the way up slightly. Even some of the cheaper games, which during the sort of lockdown one, which I did a CEX roulette about 12 months ago. I didn't do too badly out of it, but those prices there, what were sort of like £3 games, £4 games listed as boxed, are now sort of £6 to £8. So the cheapest ones at the moment sort of boxed are about £5 in CX, which is a little bit on the march. £4 I think probably the minimum for a box game, and you're not quite sure what you're going to get. So anyway, what did I pay for this one? Trying to remember now. I can't remember. I'll try and go through it all again. Yeah, so we got Jurassic Park, which was recommended to me by Nath Retro 1. I'm talking to him on the old blower the other night. Remember the phone? Remember phones? Talk to people on? Yeah. Gave me a ring and we had to talk about some stuff, and he said it's one of the games he wants to pick up. Does have sadly no hang tab on this one, but the manual is there, which is good. The box is also a little bit damaged as well, which is a bit of a shame. Didn't notice that in there. They'd only got the one copy of it as well. It's a little bit, there's a little tear in the plastic there, which you probably can't see. You can see it sticking up there. There we go. There's a little bit chewed on the bottom, but it's all right. And like I said, I can forego the hang tag and reasonable condition, and that's fine. So yeah, I understand this is a completely different game to the other ones, and more so. I think I've now got. I was talking to the guy in Richard Game. He said, "Oh, the NES game is the best version of Jurassic Park." I was like, "Hang on a second. I've got the NES version. And I've got the Mega Drive version, but I've got to have I realise I've got the Super NES version as well. So I've got this game 4 times now, and I think they're 4 different games. I know the Mega Drive game's completely different to the SNES one. The SNES one's more like the Amiga version. They're all completely different. So, yeah, Jurassic Park. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Next one. This is an upgrade on the one I've already got. Sadly, no hang tab on this one. And there were so many copies, but they'd all missing the hang tab, and none of them have got the manual either. So this is Shinobi, which a mate of mine, when he had the Master System years ago, was so unimpressed with the ending of this game. Because he said it was a really hard game. I'm not sure whether that's like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old Jim speaking to me or not. I don't know. But he said it was such a letdown when you got all the way to the end of the game and that was all you got to see. I won't spoil it for anybody. And there's the manual. Not the greatest condition, but like I said again, not a lot of good condition copies, and a lot all missing the manual, and some of the boxes were absolutely rough as anything. This isn't the best one. It doesn't really shut a great deal. In fact, I think on the click test it probably would fail, but it will do for me. I'm happy with that. And it gets, honestly, it's not cheap, not expensive game to pick up that one. There we go. You know these on the table. Not today. Ironically, we've got Echo on the Mega Drive. This is Echo on the Master System. Ignore that giant one there. Someone stuck that on there, which I've yet to try and attempt to peel off. I may do that at some point. But again, nice condition. Look at that hang tab is there. Little bit of dust to say it's been on the shelf for quite some time. And the cover, apart from a splodge on the back there, which you may just be able to see there. But again, not too bad, that one. Not too bad. Decent enough spine. Don't usually show you the spines. That's a proper collection. And again, you can see there. I mean, again, nice condition manual. Nice condition cartridge. So happy with that one. Again, not an expensive game to find that one if you are having a rummage out and about. Just 2 more to show you. I'll save that one till the end. The penultimate game, again, not a difficult game to find at all. Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco Grand Prix 2. Again, nice condition. Hang tab. Nice condition spine. Apart from having a label which says 1398, which I've now taken off. Not bad at all there. I don't remember this one actually, to be honest with you. Oh, half a Sega label. That's good. See, I like those. But again, look at that lovely condition on the inside as well. Nice manual. Nice cartridge there. And like I said, to have some of these in good condition is great. But I don't remember anything about that game at all. I don't even remember it coming out. Remember the first one, but I'm not sure. And in this one, I think it was the most expensive one of the lot, actually. And again, I'm really pleased with the condition of this one. Because there were 2 copies in there which weren't so good. One was missing the manual and was really sort of racked off. One had the manual which looked like it had been eaten by something and was really racked off. This one was in pretty decent condition. And this was recommended to me, I believe, by SNES-tastic when he came on Desert Island Discs, Desert Island Games last year. And this is RoboCop versus Terminator. How about that, eh? RoboCop versus Terminator on the Master System. Nice. I love the look of the cartridge on that one. Look at that black cartridge with the black and white writing on it, super black and red writing, and look at that manual. Really, really nice. Little doggy there, but that's beautiful. Really, really good condition, that one. And I said to pay top dollar for this one, but yeah, there's the back of it there. I think it's about 15 quid, this one. I think that's what they charged me on that one. So maybe not as much as that actually. Might have charged me, I can't remember. So yeah, those 6 games I think cost me 50 quid altogether. I think they charged me a tenner for Talmit, a tenner for Super Monaco Grand Prix and Echo the Dolphin together, because they aren't expensive games. That's 20. This was 15. That's 35. A fiver for Shinobi and a tenner for Jurassic Park. They were going to charge me 55, but they did knock me a fiver off. Because I was umming and ahhing over Talmits, and they said, oh, we can do it for 10. So I said, okay, fair enough. So 50 quid, yeah, it's way more than I used to spend, but that's what I'm having to do at the moment, to pick those up. And I must be honest with you, I think certainly with Talmit's adventure, with the Monaco game, with the Echo the Dolphin game, and the Robocop game, all those in really, really belting condition. Jurassic Park and Shinobi, not so much, but enough for me to be happy with to sit in my feeble collection of knickknacks that I call a game collection. So there we go. A couple of points of interest to mention just before I bugger off and leave you in peace. tNb Gaming Podcast returns this Sunday, 6th of June. tNbDAY, hashtag tNbTBC and all that. At the slightly later time of 8 o'clock, Season 2 starts. Not sure who's going to be on yet, but I would hope that you would all tune in as usual. If you do remember how we did Season 1, I know it was going back into January, I think the last episode we did. We premiere the podcast, we record the podcast during the week. The podcast gets premiered on a Sunday night on my channel. We do there's a live chat in there, and usually a couple of us are in there sort of fielding questions or responding to the chat. Loads of people used to pop in. We've been asked continually, well, not continually, a few times since we stopped doing them in January, when are we doing any more? And after a few false starts, we've sort of had a conversation about it with the boys, and we agreed that we're going to come back this weekend. So hopefully you can join us 8 o'clock UK time, 8 PM UK time next Sunday, the 6th of June. It's the week today, but this video is being up another day, so you'll be able to see. I do hope you can join us, and hopefully we'll get one of these out every couple of weeks and entertain you again through the summer and into the autumn as well, and beyond, hopefully, as well. It's always fun doing those. We've enjoyed doing them. We've missed doing them. It's a ball ache just getting people together. We're not professionals. Surprisingly enough, none of us professionals. We're just people doing stuff in our bedrooms or rooms in our houses or whatever, reaching out to people who do exactly the same sort of thing. But we all have families, we all have working lives. It's as I said before, not making excuses, it's just sometimes incredibly difficult to get 2 or 3 people together for a chat and record it. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed that. Hope you'll join us for the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed that video. Some nice pickups there, which is nice to see. When the next lot going to be, I have absolutely no idea. Keep tuned to the channel. What else is going on around here very, very quickly? I've got a Commodore Corner to put up, which I recorded the game footage for. Just didn't get a chance. I'm doing a lot of guest spots this week. I'm doing Swap Shop tonight, which would have gone out last night after this video's been... I'm recording this video before Swap Shop, but it's going to go out after Swap Shop, so I was there last night. I'm doing 2 videos this week with the VHS bootleggers. One I'm talking about some DVDs I sent Pedro, and the other one is our twice postponed, hopefully not for a 3rd time, discussion about Bash at the Beach 96. So should Commodore Corner video go up towards the end of this week, and beyond that I don't really know, and then podcasts as well. So it can be quite a busy week on this channel, quite a lot of videos going up, so hopefully you'll find something you're interested in. In the meantime, myself and Echo the Dolphin are going to clear off. We will see you again very, very soon. Until then, this is the Retro Bear saying toodaloo, bye for now, take care, and we will see you again very, very soon. Bye bye.